We have the newspapers in the studio, and now let me just start with a Daily Graphic. It has on the front page a picture of a gentleman called Emmanuel Aye, who has been sentenced to 20 years imprisonment for attacking a medical student. And we know this very news appeared some time back, and that's him. Look at his face on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Up there we have Accra underwater after 6-hour downpour. It was a little bit heavy in the first hour or two, but just mid-tempo as far as the drizzly and the droplets were. But eventually, because of the consistency, got many parts of, or many sections of the capital flooded. Comfort Anoche Teaching Hospital, junior doctors boycott consulting rooms, and that's up there. We have government pursues aggressive housing policy, and that's a commitment sourced to the president. And Yana Meda trial closed case unless new evidence emerges, according to Justice Apple, who was appearing before Parliament Appointment Committee, especially following his nomination to become a Supreme Court judge. Sepp Blatter to resign as FIFA boss, and that very news came in the wee hours of the working day on Tuesday, made headlines and is still trending across the news platforms, not only Ghana, but across the rest of the continent and also the rest of the world. So we'll see how that goes, or how that pans out by the close of the day, really. Satellites stand Argentina. They won 3-2, and the match took place almost the same time we were doing the show yesterday morning, that's on Tuesday morning. And they were 2-0 ahead. I was very much surprised in the first instance. But Blatter to resign as FIFA president is also a story that's down there. So that makes it up for the stories on the front and back pages of the Daily Graphic. Now let's look at the Daily Guide. And the front page has court stops MPP. Deal with Woyo Justice Apple tells Mahama. Rains wash Accra. FIFA boss quits. Those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Guide. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, you have a picture there of I don't know whether a ponding FIFA boss to that's a Blatter, or former boss really, or outgoing boss. FIFA boss to resign, drivers back on the road, 2 held for relatives murder. But we won't change policy. DVLA orders drivers to obey. It says, please get yourself and your acts together. We can make some compromises, but the policy won't be changed for any other reason. I think, and I seem to agree too, Ghana needs to develop to the next level, really. More men challenge children's paternity. Comfort or Cath junior doctors on strike. And on the back page, Ghana sink Argentina in under-20 World Cup thriller. That's how they call it, a thriller. Satellites versus Panama is up next for the last group game, and we'll see whether the Black Satellites will top the group, so to speak. In my opinion, I don't think they're really one of the best signs we've taken to a tournament so far. But we'll make do with their play and try to contend with them, so to speak. RTU there, Kotoko in FA Cup, and you see how the group stands, the group in which Ghana is, and that very tournament taking place in New Zealand. Front page of the New Statesman has a story. MPP doesn't pay Occupy Ghana. Is Ankuma, legal practitioner, law lecturer, fires detractors. Presby moderator, Ghana needs men of integrity. Nation rotten under Mahama. We have Sir John Aisi Boati endorsed Nana B for Minshanov. Dr. Nyatote wants Father's Day declared Prostate Cancer Day in Ghana. And we also have FIFA admits Wana paid $10 million at South Africa's request, and Michael Essien, a Ghanaian footballer, Black Stars midfielder, former Chelsea midfielder, played for Real Madrid in the loan stint before the season ended, was at AC Milan, got only 20 games under his belt, though just declining as far as his footballing prowess is, but has been signed by Greek giant Panathinaikos. So, according to what the speculation is, and I don't know whether that can be confirmed by his good friend Michael Kwame Jumoajiman, sorry. He's going to be paid €3 million or something for a year. That's not bad at all. I just wish I had played football a lot more. That would have been more exciting, I guess. The New Crusading Guide has on the front page, wranglings in MPP, refuse to die as court pool stopper on Carlos Ahinkra and others. Kwabnai Japan's office not ransacked, says Nana Komia. The Socialist Forum and Nationalism by Akol Duncan. And MPP delegates route for Obriabois. Okay. Obreyeboa. Let me see. Page 7. Which Obreyeboa are they talking about? Obreyeboa, page 7. I just want to get a... Okay, so page 7. Ooh, okay. Here's the other young man, contesting... Kojo Nkrumah in the primary. So we know that the current MP has announced that he's not going to stand again as a Member of Parliament candidate for the area. So we'll see how that goes. The Enquirer, war in MPP far from over despite call for ceasefire. Fasting not good for Akufo-Addo's health, KSM. And we have give mayors more power or Chihini. June 4 spirit lives on. JJ caters to rally tomorrow. And those are the stories we have on the front page of the Enquirer. On the front page of the next paper we're looking at, that's the Business Analyst. We have 360 megawatt Asogli 2 start this month, and Shell, Total, oil and gas majors call for carbon pricing. Asogli dreams wind power for Ghana as well. So a lot more being done. Unemployment, electricity top list of Nigerian citizens' concerns, and it's about research about the concerns of the ordinary Nigerian. And we know that as far as we're concerned, well, the new president has a lot more to deal with. And already we're told that some officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria have been rounded up for embezzling some money. They were supposed to confiscate some old notes, did not. They sent rather cut structured newspapers or stationery into the boxes for them to be bent. So instead, the front page of the General Telegraph has a story. Kwabena Ijapon's office vandalized. I have a picture, the inserted picture there on the face or in the chest of the man himself, Kwabena Ijapong. He's the General Secretary for the MPP. And we also have Ghanaian medical doctor denied entry into Spain, and he wrote a very beautiful response to the Spanish embassy here in Ghana. And it's on page 70 of the paper, the General Telegraph. And if you know, that very response also has been trending on social media from over the weekend till now. So I'm sure some of you may have read it or not have read it. If you haven't read it, please grab a copy of the General Telegraph and get to know what really his response is to the Spanish authorities at the embassy here in Accra. Power struggle in the MPP intensifies as Paul Afoko moves to assert his authority. And President Mahama Law City Mayors of the world as they converge on Accra for Global Summit. Back page, Blatter resigns. Some say he's resigning, he's resigned. We don't know which one it is. But whatever it is, please make sure you get interactive with us on Facebook. We are joining you on TV. And also, we have a channel on YouTube, My Joy Online. When you get there, you get to see that many of the segments we've had on the show from yesterday and beyond and have been uploaded there. Over 5,500 videos there, really. And it's just for you to watch and also get to know some of the content that we tend to discuss and also tend to look at on the show.